Coming up, a massive Kamaz truck balances on its rear wheels in Armenia. A tractor battles treacherous quicksand, and a crane attempts a seemingly impossible maneuver. These aren't Hollywood stunts. They're real-life equipment fails that'll have you on the edge of your seat. You'll feel your heart race as operators push their machines to the limit. Watch as these heavy-duty vehicles face off against the laws of physics in jaw-dropping ways. And remember, when it comes to heavy machinery, sometimes the difference between success and disaster is just a matter of inches. Get ready for some incredible moments as we dive into these shocking equipment mishaps. Picture this: a massive Kamaz truck, typically used for hauling heavy loads in rugged terrain, is now performing an unintended stunt in Armenia. The front wheels are lifting off the ground, turning this 14-ton machine into a giant metal seesaw. How did we get here? It all started with what should have been a simple backing up move. The driver's at the wheel, confident as ever, but something's off with this heavy-duty hauler. As the truck starts to reverse, disaster strikes. The brakes suddenly lock up, and in a heart-stopping moment, the truck's nose begins to rise. Now you might be wondering how a brake failure causes a truck to do a wheelie. It's all about physics, folks. When those brakes seized up, they created a pivot point at the rear axle. The truck's momentum kept pushing it backward, but with nowhere else to go, all that force lifted the front end skyward. It's like when you slam on your bike's front brake too hard, except this time, it's happening to a vehicle that weighs as much as 3 elephants. As the Kamaz teeters on its back wheels, time seems to stand still. The driver's trapped in the cab, suspended stories above the ground. One wrong move could send this mechanical monster toppling over. This is where quick thinking and nerves of steel come into play. The driver knows that any sudden movements could spell disaster. He's got to keep that accelerator steady and his steering true. One wrong twitch of the wheel, and it's game over. Slowly, carefully, the driver eases off the gas. The front wheels begin their gradual descent back to terra firma. It's a white-knuckle moment as gravity and machine battle it out. Finally, with a resounding thud, all 6 wheels make contact with the ground. Crisis averted. But let's not kid ourselves. This driver's day is far from over. Once the adrenaline wears off, there's still the matter of those faulty brakes to deal with. It's a stark reminder of just how crucial proper maintenance is when you're handling these mechanical beasts. This hair-raising incident serves as a wake-up call for all heavy equipment operators out there. Regular brake checks aren't just a good idea. They're absolutely essential. After all, when you're piloting a machine that weighs more than a dozen cars, you need to know you can stop on a dime. From sky-high wheelies to sinking in sludge, these iron giants of industry are full of surprises. Watch as a DT-75 tractor, designed to dominate the earth, finds itself in a literal battle against the ground beneath its treads. It's just another scorching day for our DT-75 tractor operator. There's a field that needs working, but as he approaches, something's not quite right. This isn't your average muddy patch. It's a bottomless pit of muck, hungry for metal and rubber. Our operator, confident in the DT-75's robust design, pushes forward. The tractor's treads start to spin, flinging mud in every direction. But instead of powering through, something unexpected happens. The more the treads spin, the deeper the tractor sinks. You might think, come on, it's a tractor, it's built for this. And you're not wrong. The DT-75 is known for its tough-as-nails construction. But even the mightiest machines have their kryptonite. For this tractor, it's this particular type of mud. Let's break it down. The DT-75's treads are designed to grip and pull, giving it awesome traction in most conditions. But in this soupy mess, they're working against the tractor. Each rotation is like a shovel, digging the machine deeper into its muddy grave. Our operator's not giving up without a fight. He guns the engine, and the tractor roars in defiance. Mud flies everywhere, creating a scene that's part monster truck rally, part quicksand horror movie. But all that power? It's just making things worse. As the mud creeps higher, nearly reaching the cab door, the reality sinks in, pun intended. The operator's running out of options and fast. This is where experience comes into play. Sometimes, with heavy machinery, Brute force isn't the answer. It can turn a bad situation into a disaster. So what's the move? In situations like this, operators often need reinforcements. We're talking winches, other vehicles, maybe even a team with some good old-fashioned elbow grease. It's a humbling moment realizing that all that horsepower can't beat Mother Nature's mud trap. Hold on to your hard hats, folks. We're about to witness a concrete mixer's death-defying dance that'll leave you breathless. At a bustling dam construction site, a fully loaded mixer is about to take flight, and trust me, this isn't your average lift. It's a high-stakes gamble that could end in disaster. As the crane's cables tighten, the mixer leaves solid ground, and instantly, all hell breaks loose. The massive container starts swinging wildly, like a wrecking ball gone rogue. Workers on the ground scatter in panic, their survival instincts kicking into overdrive. The crane operator? He's trapped in his cabin, heart racing, knowing one wrong move could spell catastrophe. Why is this lift so insanely dangerous? We're dealing with thousands of pounds of liquid concrete sloshing around inside a metal container dangling hundreds of feet up. It's like trying to balance a giant water balloon on a tightrope. The shifting weight creates a constant battle for stability, making the load incredibly unpredictable. Expert riggers will tell you that lifting liquid-filled containers is a whole different ballgame. Proper rigging techniques are crucial, says one safety expert. You need the right slings, perfect load distribution, and crystal-clear communication among the crew. But even with all that, you're still at the mercy of physics. As the mixer hangs suspended, threatening to spill its contents or come crashing down, the tension on site is unbearable. The crane's arm groans under the strain, each creak a grim reminder of the massive forces at play. The operator faces a split-second decision that could mean life or death. Should they try to set the load down quickly, risking a sudden shift, or keep it suspended, hoping the swaying will subside? Safety protocols are crucial in these situations. Thorough equipment inspections, appropriate rigging, and constant communication are essential. But when you're dealing with a swinging mixer full of concrete, those guidelines feel like a prayer against physics. And here's the kicker. Accidents like these aren't as rare as you'd hope. Case studies show that rigging failures and operator errors are the usual suspects in crane accidents. One wrong move, and that mixer could start a deadly domino effect, taking out everything in its path. After witnessing the colossal dangers of massive cranes, we're shifting gears to a smaller but equally perilous scenario. Our next story proves that sometimes the biggest risks come in compact packages. A veteran forklift operator with 20 years of experience is about to push the limits of both physics and common sense. Why? The pressure to perform quickly in a high-stress work environment. Our operator's got a tough job to do, and he's determined to do it fast. But as we're about to see, speed and safety don't always mix well. He's lifting a load way over the recommended limit, taking it higher than he should. The forklift's front wheels start to leave the ground, turning this routine task into a high-stakes balancing act. Think of it like trying to carry a tall stack of books on one hand while running. The higher the stack, the harder it is to keep steady. Now imagine those books weigh tons. That's the kind of danger our operator's facing. One wrong move could lead to disaster. The pressure to get things done quickly is real in many workplaces. Bosses demand efficiency, deadlines loom, and sometimes safety takes a back seat. But experts warn that no matter how experienced you are, recognizing equipment limits is crucial. OSHA regulations aren't just red tape, they're lifesavers. They emphasize the importance of proper load handling, respecting weight limits, and always keeping the load low while driving. These rules exist because when it comes to heavy machinery, there's zero room for error. Statistics show that forklift-related accidents can lead to serious injuries, with many incidents stemming from improper load handling and exceeding load capacities. It's a stark reminder of why those safety protocols exist in the first place. As our operator's moment of madness unfolds, we're left wondering, will his years of experience be enough to prevent a catastrophe? Or are we about to witness a costly lesson in workplace safety? Sometimes, the price of efficiency is just too high. Because when it comes to heavy machinery, there's no room for cutting corners. Heavy machinery accidents are no joke, with a staggering 80% caused by operator error. That's why proper training is crucial. But there's good news. The industry is evolving. New safety features like automatic shutoffs and advanced camera systems are making operations safer than ever. As one expert puts it, proper training and adherence to safety protocols are paramount in preventing accidents. Next time you see a construction site or logging operation, remember the skilled operators behind the controls. They're not just moving earth and lifting loads. They're mastering these powerful machines to get the job done safely. The world of heavy machinery continues to advance, with even more safety innovations on the horizon to protect operators and bystanders alike.